to our beautiful next speaker, Camille, who is a dating and relationship expert and the founder of Ignite Mr. Right. Through education, empowerment and environment, Camille introduces clients to the concept of how to attract their Mr. Right so they can have the loving and fulfilling relationship they deserve. Camille believes that life is too short to be missing out on love, passion and romance, and it's her mission to help as many women as possible find their someone special. Camille's clients soon discover all the good ones are taken is a great myth. Nothing gives her greater pleasure than proving this. Camille has studied at various institutes of coaching and personal development. She's an NLP practitioner that has a diploma in life coaching. She has also attended numerous training intensives with world-class teachers, including Cheryl Richardson, Wayne Dyer, and David Deanna. Is that right? She is currently writing her first book to be published in July. Yay! And Camille currently runs a popular 6 weeks Ignite Mr. Right e-course, which she runs every 3 months. So give her a hand and let's
talk about love and passion. Thank you so much for the gorgeous introduction. And I'm not from Australia either, and I have to agree with John. Like it's such an amazing country. I'm from Switzerland originally, and I feel very, very privileged to live here. And I just wanted to say to everyone too, it's such a big thing to actually come to something like this on a public holiday. And even my partner was like, "You really need to go to this," and it really means that you're ready to take your business to the next level. I mean, it's a very, very big commitment. So thanks so much for showing up. So I'm curious, whoever has fallen in love before in here? Yeah, everyone actually up to take some notes. So who is happy to share what that was like what happened for you when you really fell in love? Who's happy to sort of share what feelings came up? What was that experience like? Anyone?
Exciting.
Exciting?
Really exciting, yeah.
Yeah? Intense. Intense? Yeah? It was like too much. It's like just that fire sort of intensity. Exciting.
Butterflies in the stomach every time you say it.
Nice. Anyone else? Is it like Natasha?
You can't stop thinking about that?
That's right, yeah. Very good point. So the reason why I'm asking is, for me it's very similar having started my own business. It's like having that love affair with that business, and really it feels like I just want to spend all the time being in that business. And it's so important that you actually do fall in love with your business. So this talk is all about how to have a happily ever after love affair with your business without leaving your loved ones behind. So step number one, I'll repeat what John did before with the 3 steps. So follow your mark. Is really to fall in love with your business. So because if you're not, further down, it's like when there's a lack of chemistry with someone at the beginning, when the relationship, goes on, it's going to be tougher really keeping it alive. Would you agree? Like it's got to be that passion at the beginning. So I'm curious, who in here is fairly new in business, like under a year? It's about half, yeah, less than half the room. And who in here has been in business for more than a couple of years? Quite a lot of you. So yeah, it's a bit of a mixture. For me, I've actually only stepped into my full-time business since January. I was very much a dabbler before then. I had a few clients here and there. I was working part-time. I was a flight attendant for quite a few years. Then started to work at the Coaching Institute and student support. A few of you have met me through there. Then I did sales there as well, which really helped me. And in January, I really stepped into it. And for the ones who are new in business, it's definitely a whole new thing. Would you agree? Like the ones who, whoever is in full time. So that's why it's so important to really pick the right business. So pick, like in dating, pick the right person. Because if you're going to be with them, over the long term, it's so important that you actually pick the right thing for you. So even for the coaches in here as well, who know that they're coaches, I would say another really important thing is know your flavour, like know your niche, know your point of difference. So I'm curious, like if you imagined you'd be a flavour of ice cream, and this relates to anyone who's in different niches as well, it's still important to know your unique difference. So if you were a flavour of ice cream, what would you be?
What popped into my head is mint.
Mint?
I don't know why.
Okay. What do you like about mint?
I don't know. The light green colour, yeah, fresh.
It's fresh and it sort of suits Natasha, doesn't it? It's different as well. It's not like vanilla or
I don't know why that popped into my head.
mint flavour. Anyone else? What's your flavour, John?
Popped into my head was rum and raisin.
Yeah, rum and raisin. That's right.
What is that? What is that?
It's the rum.
And what do you like about rum and raisin?
Yeah, when you said that, what do you like? Came into my head was, it's chewy, it's delicious, it's dark, it's rich.
So it's got a lot of layers to it. It's not just one dimensional. So the reason I asked that question is, again, like, know your flavour and then share your flavour. Like, once you really know and embrace your flavour, this is really aligned with the branding. Like, know who you stand for, know what your point of difference is, and then it's your responsibility to share that flavour with the world. So be generous with sharing the rum and raisin flavour and your mint flavour, which you are. So important not to hold that back. So first of all, embrace it, know your flavour, know exactly how you, even with your brand, what it stands for as far as the values, and then really share that and be consistent with the marketing. So that all goes under that umbrella, really falling in love with your business. And the other thing I was going to, of course, mention with not leaving your loved ones behind. So who in here are in committed relationships? At nearly all of the room. So I guess the ones of you who are single, and I can definitely help you. And it's so important that while you're building your business, that you do still take time out to go out on dates, because really, I mean, for me at the moment, it's just, my business is everything. I mean, I love actually spending all weekend working on it, and it's so important to still make time for your loved ones. But I will touch on that at the end for how to really balance love life and business. Then the point number 2 is really romance your business. So keep the romance alive. So when after you fell in love, thinking back to that experience, and then after you've dated someone for a couple of years, what are some of the things that can happen? Just routine sets in, yeah. So it's the intensity is not as intense. What about the butterflies? Can they might sort of disappear a little bit?
You realise that it's not the way you thought it would be.
Yes, that's often the case, right? Like the reality might not be as rosy as you thought, even though you still love them. I mean, this is if it's the right partner, of course, but it's not going to be the same as it was at the beginning. So the same, of course, with business. It needs a lot of water, like John said, the nurturing, the planting the seed, the water, and it doesn't happen overnight. So for those of you who are new in business, definitely I would say it always takes longer than what you think. And that's why it's so important to be passionate about it and to be in love with your business. The interesting thing though that I'm finding is sometimes once I've built the momentum, even in the last few months, I can sometimes sit back a little bit more, a few days, and then all the hard work is actually paying off. Some people might have seen my YouTube videos and contact me. So it's really about sometimes when you plant the seed, don't expect the results to show up straight away, but if they do show up. Is that something that you find as well, Natasha? Just to see anyone else has anything to share in regards to that?
Yeah, absolutely. It doesn't happen overnight, and the results they do take a bit of time. Yeah, you've got to keep revisiting it, coming back and pouring the water on it. So if the water doesn't work the first time, keep coming back and putting the water on it.
Exactly. So it's that nurturing and keeping it going. One thing that might be a little bit out there for you, but I've actually started doing, and I shared with a few of my clients, is I share that with my dating clients, so to actually have a conversation with the person that I'd like to meet and sort of write down in a journal, like I really look forward to getting married to you, I look forward to going on walks with you, but actually having that conversation with your business. So it's nearly like the business is a new person, and you could, well, what I'm doing is in the morning I actually write down, take about 5 or 10 minutes to write down what my bigger vision is. So, you know, I really want to take you to this big level, and I really want to make sure we're doing the right thing. What do you think? So I'm sort of having this conversation, and it actually, it helps because it gets you in touch with your intuition as well. And it's like you're having a brainstorm with your actual business. So it sounds a bit out there, but give it a go and see what happens. And it's also sharing your hopes and dreams. So it makes it more real, even though it's still really small. You have that respect. So it's got its own personality, really keeping that conversation alive. Another thing I would recommend also when it gets a bit tougher to really connect with the bigger why on a daily basis. So usually when I get up, I've got like a vision board, and I've got a few statements that I'll be happy to share with you. Actually, it's an older version, but similar to what it is now, where I read out the statements, I close my eyes and put my hand on my heart and really connect. So I like what John said, you know, really get it from the head into the heart, because again, you want to feel that passion for what you're doing. So I'm happy to share it with you. So this is one that I came up with a little bit, early last year. So one of the statements is, I'm totally in my element, working with passionate and powerful entrepreneurs, creating joint ventures and making a difference. And now I easily attract the right people at the right time who love assisting me in where I need to go next. I'm focused and in action every day. I'm totally committed to making my Mr. Right a booming $1 million business. And you know, so come up with your own statements and really connect with it and read it out every day.
I
Have you got single ones?
I've got my 2 showers, they're laminated, and I read them while I brush my teeth. And I've got one in my, so 3 spots in my office on the wall. So yeah.
Fantastic.
I'm a master entrepreneur. I'm always in the right place at the right time.
Beautiful. And you read it out loud
every day.
Every day.
And depending where I'm having a shower.
So you've got a few different.
Yeah, it used to be one, but now that I've recreated them, I've always updated them too. Because they used to be weaker than what they are now, and now they're even to the next level.
Nice, and that's good as you grow and allow the relationship to grow. It's not going to be the same at the beginning, but ideally, you know, when you're with the right person in the right business, it's going to continuously grow. So allow it to grow and keep on nurturing where it needs to go. Has anyone else got any sort of daily rituals? Is anyone else weird like us? Does anyone else do sort of, you know, the daily affirmations or anything? Oh, beautiful.
And I memorize it, so it's my voice in the audio, and I also say it out loud.
Nice, and that really that works for you hearing it.
Yeah.
I've heard, that your subconscious likes the sound of your voice. That's what
I
I
like
read.
it too.
Of course.
Yeah.
So it's find something that works for you. So if you're really visual, even it could help having a picture of, you know, the house you want to buy, or just anything that motivates you. It's really important to have the bigger why to keep on going when the going gets tough. So, and it's nearly like expected to be a little bit tough in the first year. I mean, I've interviewed quite a few people lately who've said, the first year is definitely the toughest. So I guess it's just about being kind with yourself as well. So, and have mentors, absolutely crucial. So step number 3 is really to share the love. And this is where it's really important to have your loved ones on board. So for me, personally, my partner Alex isn't, he's very, very different to me. He didn't quite understand what I was doing. He didn't realise that it would be be a profitable business. So I guess it's important to be patient with, I mean, you're quite lucky because your husband then understands the business is on board, but we don't all have partners who are sort of on the same page. And I often hear people say, oh no, they need to support you and just, you know, get rid of them if they don't. But here's the thing, often our partners have probably seen us try a lot of different things in the past that didn't work. Like for myself, I've tried so many different things, even like multi-level marketing businesses. I was all excited and bought the pack with the vitamins and it just, I never did anything with it. So I think it's important to be patient with them too and realise that it's okay for them not to be supportive straight away. And maybe it is about actually proving them that you are really committed. And then with my partner now, absolutely, it's like, yeah, totally, go do whatever you need to do. But I needed to prove myself at the beginning, which is okay because he has seen me get so excited and then not follow through. So really sharing the love also for me is I make a point of celebrating my successes with him. So when I've had, you know, enrolled small clients for my course, I actually, you know, I might buy a nice bottle of wine and I reward him for being there for me. I think that's a really important thing, to have them on board with you and reward them for, because initially they're going to miss out on spending a lot of time with you. And I guess with even when you start to seeing someone, really make sure that they know that you're doing this new thing, and they know that you need to put the time and energy into it. So I've got a little prize for someone. So it's a bit of an interesting one. I'll tell you all about it in a minute. So I'm curious. I'd love to hear from someone what they are going to do to commit to have a happily ever love affair with their business and how they're going to make sure that happens. So who's happy to share? Yay!
I think go through the 3 steps. Falling in love with my business and being really passionate about it is a long-term love affair, so I have to make sure that that's what I want to do. And I know that in my heart it is what I want to do, so that's a tick.
Yep.
So romance, you know, connecting with my relationship as well, relationship. I think the biggest one for me was sharing love with Adam, because my partner Adam is not involved in the business, and like yourself, I would totally relate. I have tried different things, and so Adam is being really supportive, but then also it's like, is this something that she's trying and she's going to give up on it eventually, and then she'll move on to the next thing. But I'm really comfortable and confident about where I am, and I am in that love affair with my business. So now it's a matter of communicating that with Adam and celebrating the successes with him and actually including that with us together, so then he realises that I am in love with my business and am in love with him.
Absolutely.
And it's going to be the journey that we're on together.
Definitely. Well, I think you definitely deserve the prize. But, and also, I mean, the other thing I would like to add to that is to even ask him for his opinion. Because men love, I don't know if all the guys in here would agree, but they love being on, you know, asked, like, what do you think? Like, even with my partner now, I get him to do some editing because he's really good at editing. So he feels now that sense of significance that he can add to it as well. So maybe ask him for more, like, what do you think?
He is my IT help
Oh,
support.
perfect.
So I'm constantly, okay, well, I want this done, I need this done. So he does get that significance, which I think is really important. And also, Stuart actually gave me some advice as well, because the business does take up a lot of my time. And I was finding that Adam was getting disappointed that we weren't spending a lot of time together. So it was really important when we got home from work together, we would connect, like look into each other's eyes and actually connect, not like be there and talk, but I'm not actually there.
Absolutely.
It's a matter of being
really engaged
there for Adam, having a conversation, even if it's 5 minutes, 10 minutes, but I'm even there present with him, so then he feels like he has that connection, and then I can go and just do work, and I feel comfortable that he feels that significance and he is important in life.
Definitely, that's such a good point you're making, to actually leave the business there and be there 100%. So your little gift it's called a pleasure puff. So this is one thing, the thing you can use in a shower. It's got a little thing in it,